Welcome to today's Seidokan Saturday, sort of. The sort of, as you know if you've watched back in my other videos, has to do with this is a Kempo yakusoku, a Kempo technique, or a punch defense technique. Again, on all of the Kempo, they are called Kempo, which means law of the fist, so we use a punch as a generic way of attacking. That doesn't mean that we can't use the same technique against any attack coming from a similar angle or from the similar side of the body, and so forth. This is simply the learning methodology to train my body in the movement and give it something against which to respond. The what I'm giving it to respond against can vary as we advance. So what may be taught as a punch defense at first could later become a choke release or a sidearm club or any other kind of attack that you want to visualize with that. But the most generic of street self-defense attacks is the guy taking a swing at you, or multiple swings and so forth. So Kempo, yakusoku, this is number 19. Couple of principles here. Number one is that in Kempo, we learned, because I'm no longer studying it, learned to strike from where you are. So if I block, I don't pull back and then hit. You hit from, if you're going to use the same hand again, if I blocked here, I hit right from there with no extraneous movement or retraction. That also requires that we have a variety of different ways of striking, a variety of hand formations, angles, coming downward, cross, inward, upward, inverted, figure eight, whatever. So wherever my hand is, right from that position, we can strike. That's principle number one. Number two is the concept of contouring, which is shaping my weapon to the body part. In McCarthy Sensei's recent book, Kensei, on Shotoku Kian, there's a point at which one of Kian's students talks about Kian coming to him and saying that even though the kata had the fists here, that doesn't mean we can't change to the one knuckle, or the nakadaka can, or the thumb knuckle, or strike with an inverted fist, or change the hand formation. Michael Calandra, Ishinryu practitioner in New York, talks about the same kind of thing, where we may do sanchin with our fists this way, but that doesn't mean we can't open them here, or turn them here, or hook them, or create other hand formations. The body movement function doesn't change, simply how I position the hands in order to fit into where I'm going to hit. A punch to the face, not a good idea, can break your fists, break your wrists. But if you can form the one knuckle and then go to the eye socket, or if you hit on the side of the head with the vertical fist, you find formations that fit the body. So the concept of contouring. Okay? So Kempo 19, I'm going to ask my good man Nick. As the punch comes, I'm stepping back with a knife hand block. I've changed it to using a double circle, because if you just knife hand block, punch, hit, I do a knife hand block, that can knock his hand away. And if my intent is then to grab or follow up with any kind of hold on him, I've knocked it away, and the natural tendency of the fist to either follow through or to retract, I'm not going to be able to grab it. So if I do a double circle block, the initial contact is soft, which doesn't cause him to pull away. There's that equal and opposite reaction. If I hit one way, he pulls the other way. But if I go soft, then I'm in a position where I can grab should I choose to. This one does not involve a grab, but I use the double circle block just to keep that concept. Okay? Mind you once again. So I double circle block. My hand's going to stay right here. Even if he retracts his hand in a second, you'll see it won't matter. My right front kick is going to kick to the body. If I kick low, it causes, see, even the threat of kicking low, causes him to bend over. My follow-up strike is supposed to be here. Now, that doesn't mean I can't alter it and come straight in this way. But if I kick to the body, from here, if I kick to the body, he stays a little more upright, and then I strike inward to the neck. Again, my hand hasn't retracted. This is that concept of striking right from where I am. I have my hip coming in, plenty of power. From here, again, I'm right there, so I pull down and elbow strike to the spine, full triceps onto the back, point of the elbow into the spine, just depends on how far I have pulled him down at that point. Okay, again. Double circle block. Front kick. Strike to the neck, pull down. Elbow. From here now, I'm going to throw him. Let's do that just a little bit. I'm going to pull him into a front roll. If I were close to the wall, I'd just pull him forward head first into the wall or into the chair or something. But from this position, I'm going to press down on the neck, and I'm going to come into him here where I can grab the cuff of his gi pants or his knee, and I'm going to just dump him this way so that he goes up and over. As he goes over, I'm stepping out with him. Should he happen to roll up, he's going to roll right into my knife hand strike, which will come under his nose, into his throat, or across the eyes, strike him to the throat. Okay. Once again, from this side, and then I'm going to show you some variations on how to do the roll throw. Double block, kick, strike, pull down elbow, stepping in beside him, grab, pushing down, pulling, shuto under on the top of the lip, under the nose, on this side. Now, on the roll, on the right correct side. Nah, better do it from here so you can see it better. So on the roll, let's say you're already down and done the kick, the block, stuff, boom, bang, right? Boom, and bang. If he's on the other foot, so to speak, like he's thrown a street punch and led with this foot and the right haymaker, I'm not going to be lifting this leg. Okay, switch back. So even from here, we're going to practice different grip positions. We could grab at the belt and push on the head. It's a little heavier pull, requires more push, but I'm going to push your head down toward your foot, okay? So if I just push his head straight down to his foot, he'll drop. So all I have to do is, as I push his head to his foot, not let him drop. Then I can pull that through and over. That's an alternative grip, okay? So I've gone from here to here. We could, after the elbow, come across and use my arm, my left arm, to push down, pull up, and then still use the cuff. This is the grip I would use if I were going to run him into the wall or a chair. He's less likely to roll in this position. Another one, which, did you wear your cup?
No.
Oh yeah, it's coming today. From here, I could come under to the groin and push the head and do the inversion this way. We could even come all the way back to the hip here, lift from the ankle. But I found, for myself, after 45 years of doing this on different people, that the easiest way to make sure that for dojo practice my partner is safe, but even if I wanted to make it more dangerous, the easiest way for me to be sure that I roll him, dump him, or throw him is to take the two extremes of the teeter-totter. So again, from the beginning, double block, kick, strike, pull down, elbow, stepping in. The easiest way to get this motion from him is to push at the far ends of the teeter-totter. If I'm working from the middle, anybody who knows anything about leverage knows that the closer you are to the fulcrum, the more force is needed. The further out on the lever arm I am, the easier it is to turn. So if I take it here and here, that's a nice easy over as I step out, finish with the strike. Kempo Yakusoku 19. We have a kata in the Kempo system later on that does the same thing and then returns with a punch. After the pull, instead of a shuto, the pull and returns with a punch. That could just as easily be a punch when he's on the ground, any strike. We can then follow up with what Ed Parker's Kempo calls the dance of death. After I've shutoed into the nose, I can turn, hit the knees, stomp him, just dance all over his body. Overkill is just enough kill. Now, the Kempo Yakusoku 19 with the roll, though, again, variations, play with it. I think you'll find that if you work at the far ends of the lever, it's much easier to get the guy to turn. Thank you for joining. Have fun with that technique. Again, variations, possibilities, extensions, different attacks always apply to all of these techniques. The point of them is to teach me, my body, ways that I can move in response to an attack. Not the attack that matters in this case so much as that I'm learning to move my body in a way to manipulate his body, regardless of what the attack may be. Thank you for joining. Like, share, subscribe. As always, let's keep practicing.